She ran barefoot into the storm. Behind her were men sworn to return her. Ahead of her lay the bark, and something far worse.
London, 1807. The city stirred beneath a grey morning sky, unaware that one young woman's life had already been decided. Eliza Hawthorne stood by the narrow window of her childhood home, her reflection pale against the glass. The streets below bustled with carriages and hurried footsteps, but none of it reached her. Not anymore. She did not turn when she heard her father enter the room. "Eliza," he said quietly, "it is done."
She closed her eyes. She had known this moment would come. For months, Lord Reginald Blackwood's name had haunted their home, whispered late at night, written in letters sealed with red wax. A man of immense wealth and power. A man whose reputation inspired fear rather than admiration. "You will be his wife," her father continued. "It is the only way."
Eliza's fingers tightened against the windowsill. "Prepare," he had said, as though one could prepare for a fate such as this. She turned slowly, facing the man who had once been her protector. "How much?" she asked quietly. Her father stiffened. "Eliza, how much did you owe him?" Silence filled the room. "Enough," he said at last, "enough that there was no other choice." Eliza nodded once. She did not scream. She did not beg. Something colder settled in her chest, a quiet understanding that her life, as she knew it, was over. Lord Reginald Blackwood was not a man spoken of lightly in London society. His wealth was vast, his influence unchallenged. He was a widower, though few dared ask what had become of his wife. Eliza had seen him once before, across a crowded room, tall, impeccably dressed, and watching her, as though she already belonged to him. "You will be well provided for," her father said, grasping for justification. "Blackwood House is magnificent. You will want for nothing." Eliza met his gaze. "What of kindness?" she asked. "What of safety?" He did not answer. That evening the house felt unfamiliar. Her maid's hands trembled as she fastened Eliza's pale blue gown, a dress once worn for spring dances and laughter that now felt like a cruel memory. "Miss," the girl whispered, "is it true?" "Yes," Eliza replied softly, "it is." Lord Reginald Blackwood arrived at dusk. He did not raise his voice. He did not need to. His presence alone suffocated the room. "My lord," Eliza's father said, bowing deeply. Blackwood's gaze passed over him instantly, settling on Eliza. Cold, assessing, possessive. "So," he said smoothly, "this is the girl." He stepped closer, circling her slowly. Eliza stood perfectly still. "She will do," he said at last. "The marriage will take place immediately." Her father exhaled in relief. Blackwood extended his hand. Eliza hesitated. For one fleeting heartbeat, she imagined refusing, running, disappearing into the endless streets of London. But where would she go? Slowly she placed her hand in his. His grip was firm, unyielding. As he led her from the house, Eliza looked back once, at the doorway she would never again cross as a free woman. She did not know it yet, but that night marked the beginning of her captivity. And somewhere far beyond the moor, Beyond the woods, the storm, and the terror waiting ahead, fate was already preparing a different ending.
In the next chapter, Eliza arrives at Blackwood House and learns the true cost of the bargain made in her name.